Dude, we got a fun show in store, man. We got our normal Friday night routine, obviously, but sprinkled in here in a little bit, we got none other than the Godfather, Snowball, coming on. That should be
Oh
fun, man.
guy.
Dude, and that's the thing, man. Like with us starting here in a couple of days, like I wanted to like last week we had Saint Nick gave us a great interview with him. Mike the stat guy came on. He gave a hell of an interview. Tonight we got Snowball. Like, give me the OG people. Give us your final takes. Because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people moving the goalpost down. Once the season starts. But like, what do you think now when we haven't seen this offense at all? We haven't seen Hackett. We haven't seen Lazard. Like, what do you feel will happen? So that'll be fun to hear from Snowball.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, when you say moving goalposts, I'm picturing, home game AFC championship, just beat the damn Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, and the fans are rushing the stadium, tearing the goalposts down, baby. That's what I'm talking about, moving the goalposts.
wouldn't that be awesome, man? In
Oh,
my heart
man.
of I think we get a game in MetLife this year, man. At least one. I really do. Snowball is here, brother. Take your time. We're just chilling.
Snowball.
So we do
Damn,
have
that's worldwide.
we we have the hot grill ready to really grill you, man. So no, I'm just glad he made an hour for us, man. Like you said, he's got his show going now, and you've been on there a few times. I've been on there once. It's pretty cool over there, man. I'm sure we'll have him
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about it while he's here.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I'd like to pick his brain on that a little bit.
without further ado, man, how about we bring out the legend himself?
Yes, yes. Bring
All
out our
right.
star.
Yes. The I affectionately call this guy the Salt and Pepper King because he's got that look, and you know what? He is. What can I say? None other than the host slash co-host of Jets Worldwide on YouTube,
Why? Why?
the man, the myth, the legend, Snowball.
Hi there.
Snowball,
Can you
brother.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. You sound wonderful.
Thank you for letting me come on. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I had nothing to do tonight, and I was looking for something to do, and this is the coolest thing that I could have done. So, thank you so much.
Dude,
That's
yeah, I
that's
saw
awesome.
you were in here a little bit last weekend too, and I'm like, man, we haven't really talked Jets with you like officially in a while. So I'm like, man, what better guy? And like leading into the kickoff weekend, man, I wouldn't have a better choice than you, man. So I appreciate you making time for me.
Thank you.
Um,
That
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Listen, at 9 o'clock, you said 9 o'clock. It is. I'm a teacher, so like I run my life by bells and schedules. So I got to be here on time, and I had to do it for you guys. So
You're a man of your word.
We
I
appreciate
do.
you. We miss you, Snowball. We miss having them Discord hangouts and stuff,
I
man.
know
It's been a while since we've really been able to sit down and chop it up together.
it has. We should do that
Yeah,
again. Yeah.
We
yeah, yeah,
should.
yeah. Absolutely,
Right.
anytime, man.
Get back to
For
that.
Facts.
sure.
With that said, I at least have not really spoke to you in a couple months now. I would say maybe a couple weeks at least. What is your vibe like going into this weekend? I joked earlier and said some of us are going to have to like take a chill pill going into this game. Are you that hyped for it?
Like I've been doing this a long time, so I'm used to it. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous for this week because I don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect because it's all brand new. We had the opportunity to see what was going to happen last year, and that freaking got shot down faster than anything. So, it was a big tease. Like the '98 season was a tease. 2009 season, 2010 seasons, teases, 2015 teases. We've teased it since, forever. We've never gotten there. And this is the year that we're supposedly going to go. So everyone's pointing in the right direction. Everyone's pointing us into the, into the playoffs at least. And my vibe is I can't wait to see what happens.
So you're saying we have a massive case of green balls right now, all of us, right? Been teased all this time.
We do have green balls because it's been our lifetime. It's ever since I've been a Jet fan. It's been a case of green balls. Not really. Sometimes just no balls or whatever. But we have the biggest. And I don't know. Listen, JD's done the right thing over the past couple of years. He's slowly but surely put things together. People wanted to kill him at points. We had pitchforks and torches. Everyone was marching to One Jets Drive to kill this man. But now, take a look. Now everyone's happy. So it's a love-hate relationship.
Do you feel like he's like an adult in the room making decisions for us sometimes?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is the daddy. He is the daddy of our family, and he is the bend don't break type of a guy who just holds true to what he believes in. Doesn't matter if you like it or the people in the chat like it. He's like, I got a plan. I'm gonna hold strong. I'm gonna do what I think is right, and execute to the best of his ability. So no, we just gotta, again, this is the wait and see portion of the season. Nobody knows what's coming. Nobody knows. We have an idea. We know what we have, but we've never seen it work together. It's like building a car. It's like getting a car, or like an old car, a classic, and getting all the parts and putting them together. But then when you turn that key, you don't know what's going to happen. So we're praying. And I heard you talking to Daniel earlier in the show about pregame rituals. And my pregame ritual, I don't know if that's going to be a first question off the bat, but I pray. It was. I pray. I pray. I get up and I go, please. Anytime I go to church, anytime I walk into a church, like I was in Italy over the summer, and there are a lot of churches in Italy, and every time I went in, I was always like, God bless my family, God bless the Jets, and please let them win the Super Bowl. That's the way I ended every prayer was, please let the Jets win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I pray.
Yeah.
What?
Go
ahead, Daniel.
I was going to say we probably need to pray a little more.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to separate our prayers and then do separate prayers to the football gods, and then maybe even like some like sacrificial stuff. I don't know. Johnny's been trying to throw Joe Namath in that circle for a minute. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but like, I don't know, we could like stab a Bills doll or something instead. I that's kind of more up my alley, but we got to do something because this season looks like it's ready, but we just need it to come together, man.
And speaking on that point, I was in that camp for a long time. I was in that, sacrifice Joe Namath. But over the past couple of years, I've just come to the realization that he's just an old man who won us the Super Bowl. He is our legend, and long live Joe Namath.
Yeah. He gave us something nobody else has, right?
For sure.
And I apologize in advance. When I unmute, you might hear the rain smacking off my AC.
I thought you had some small animals in a cage or something.
Dude, the other night though,
Johnny's closet actually. So
let me ask you this: if we say we did win one, would it be worth all the turmoil you've been through?
If we won a Super Bowl, 100%. Sure. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to win the chip, to raise the Lombardi, and to say that we're Super Bowl champions. So I'll deal with heartache and pain for the past, how long have I been a Jet fan? 40-something years. So, like, yeah, Absolutely. Some teams have never won the Super Bowl. We've at least won it once, not in my lifetime, but we have won it. So if we win it once in my lifetime, while I can see it happen, yeah, all that pain and misery will fade away real quick.
Yeah, yeah. I think we'll all be riding high for a little while. Do you think people will get a little greedy if we win one? We're gonna be like, oh, Douglas is a failure if he doesn't win a second one. Give him the Aaron Rodgers treatment, like you only won one. What do you think us
You
Jets
know,
fans are gonna be greedy or grateful?
well, I think of it this way: like we are starving people. So we have been starving for a long time. So it doesn't matter if you get a filet mignon or a Ritz cracker, right? Whatever you get is the greatest meal. So yeah, are you gonna stay hungry? Of course. I mean, we're New York fans, so yeah, you give us an inch, we're gonna take a mile. We're gonna want it all the time, every year, and we are a cynical group of people. So win it once for us, and we're gonna expect it every year. That's just the way we are. We are greedy SOBs, and that's it. We're gonna want it. We're gonna want the Super Bowl every year. After that, we're gonna want to repeat and three-peat and quadruple peat and whatever we want. Yeah, we're gonna be greedy. We're not gonna be satisfied.
Wouldn't that just be great, man? Repeat, three-peat, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, now you speak in the language. Maybe I am greedy, Snowball. I don't know, man. But I do think that Douglas, as frustrating as he can be sometimes, he's a very patient man, but he's a man that has always he's never been distracted by what's right in front of him. He's always looked also at what's ahead,
yeah,
right? He never seems to build strictly just for this year. Like we all talked about, oh, this is an all-in year. Not necessarily to Douglas. He made some all-in moves. He had a couple one-year deals with some stud players and Tyron Smith and Mike Williams, right? But he
yeah.
also drafted Olu Fashanu. And
Right.
that, what do they say whenever you draft an offensive lineman in the first round? You're eating your veggies now, right?
Yeah,
You're taking your veggies now, so that way you're strong in the future, right? So I think our guy is doing it the right way, as frustrating as it can be for us, and I think it has bit him in the ass a couple times trying to look too far in the future, also. But if it all works out, like if it works out this year, we're also set up for some at least some success in the future as well. I think.
yeah. I think we've achieved the ultimate balance, where we have a plethora of young players and balance that out with veteran leadership, in the locker room. So it's very reminiscent of the two, runs that we had back to back, where we had that ultimate balance of, you know, young stars and vets. So I think we're in a good place. We have the like. I hate to sound like a broken record, but we're in a good place. We have the right people in place. I even dare I say coaching, right? I think we have the right people in certain places for coaching.
You notice, and Dana, I'm sorry if I'm taking over the stream. I just it's a good conversation here. You notice even in the coaching, like in what we consider the deficit, everybody's pretty harsh on Hackett. I think maybe a little unfairly so, but I think he does deserve criticism. But even
Yeah,
with the offensive coordinator, he he still kind of has that little bit of backup plan, right? Like he has Todd Downing in there, right?
yeah,
Just
right.
in case things fall apart, or if Aaron retires after this year and Hackett proves to be what a lot of fans think he is, he's like, all right, I got this backup option that has some potential, that has called plays before, and can at least give us some semblance of competency, right?
Yeah, we have a little bit of stability in back of who's out there. I'm not confident at all in Hackett. Really, I think he's just a placeholder. You know, I think Rogers runs the offense. Really, he's just there to kind of say, Hackett's there just like, hey, how about this? And Rogers be like, no. we're gonna run this play. But thanks for trying.
A sounding board. A sounding
Yeah.
board.
He's a sounding board. He's there to offer options. That's all.
Yeah. And somebody's
he's not running the show.
Right?
What's that?
Like Rodgers isn't going to sit down and do all the schemes and draw up the plays and come up with the terminology and things like that too. Like somebody's got to build the actual offense and teach it to the players and things like that. But whenever it comes to the actual play calling and whenever we get in critical moments and stuff, we're in the red zone and Hackett is trying to call like an outside zone run play on 3rd and 12 when we're at like 20-yard line, and Rodgers is like, nah, throwing it up to Garrett. Like you're going to have that, but I think the answer lies somewhere in the middle, and I don't want to be like cop out with that, but I think that you are right, Snowball. But I also think that Hackett has more. He does more than what we give him credit for, probably.
Sure, he'll design the offense, and he'll say, okay, we got A, B, and C. What do you want? Yeah, I think so.
I think you also mentioned like none of us really know like what to expect. I think you're probably mainly talking about the offensive side of the ball when you say that, because I mean, how many pieces are stayovers from last year that we can actually say they're going to do this again? Because to go from Zach Wilson to Aaron Rodgers, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
Water to wine. It really is. It's water to wine. Yeah, I was going to say something and it totally slipped my mind, but keep going.
Well,
I mean, okay. Dare I say that might be the biggest single year jump at the most important position in the game of all time?
You wouldn't be lying. And I did remember what I was going to say. Before we even, and I don't know if we're going to get to this later on, but I'm just going to jump ahead probably. But even before Hassan Reddick even became a consideration for the Jets, last year we said that this defense was top 3. Without him, we did get rid of Bryce Huff. We did get rid of JFM. But we did draft in the first round Will McDonald. He is one of the unknowns. So we don't know what we're going to get out of him. We brought in Kinlaw. We brought in, who's the other guy? Kinlaw, Fotu. Right? We brought Fotu in. We got 3 UDFAs who flashed in the preseason. Totally unexpected. So, yeah, you got rid of 2 guys, but you got really like 5 guys who kind of came in and kind of, can fill gaps here and there. And then you have this crazy unknown person on the outside edge that you don't know what you're going to get out of him. He's a spin move machine, and they say that he's improved and he looks like he's ready to go. Ulbrich doesn't lie. Ulbrich knows his stuff. Saleh knows his stuff on defense. And they're not just going to say stuff just for the sake of saying things. Like if they really needed somebody, they would have gone out and tried to look for somebody to kind of back this kid up. But they're I don't know if they're putting all their eggs in one basket and saying, and they're putting their hands together and saying, I hope he does the job, because they know what's at stake this year. They know that we're contenders. So why risk it for the biscuit? Like really, they must have some faith in this kid. So let's see what he's got. I'm really anxious to see I want him, and I want Michael Clemens to shut everyone up and just prove themselves to be the people that I hope them to be. I'm sure that there are some people out there in Jets land who have faith in McDonald and Clemens, and I just want them to shut people up and just be like, we're here. Don't worry about it. We got this.
Dude, I think we also see the best year we've ever seen out of Quinnen.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, call me crazy, it might be a hot take, I don't know, but I think JJ has the best year he's had this year, not last year.
Mm.
And I think all of that, it helps us. It helps the sting of losing Huff a lot, because like you said, there's 5 or 6 guys that can all be taking mini leaps that will definitely offset a lot of that. There are a couple questions here. I want to just, I mean, we don't have to spend all night on them, but just kind of rapid fire. Um, Snowball, if you can direct or you take some of these first, just because they hear us all the time. Um, how many plays do you expect Mike Williams to play? Are we just getting his toes wet, and that's it from Roger?
No, this is this is this is Brees Hall 2.0 in a receiver form. I really think that we, yeah, could he run out of steam on some plays? Yeah, but I think the ability to play the game, to be that clutch 50-50 receiver, it's still there. Like it doesn't fade away that fast. This guy is built to receive the ball. He is built to battle for the 50-50 ball. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This guy is here to win. He wouldn't have come here if he didn't have faith in the team. That pork roll, egg, and cheese was the was the deal sealer, but he knows what he's in for. He knows what's expected of him. Yeah, might he be slow in the beginning, but I just expect it to ramp up throughout the season. He is our number two, and that's the way things are.
There was also some former QBs of Mike Williams that came out recently in the Athletic, and they said Aaron Rodgers is going to love this man. So, like, if you weren't pumped already for that pairing, yeah, it's going to be nice. It is.
Who wouldn't love like a 6'5" uber athletic like receiver that like has just proven time and time and time again that if you throw it up to him, he's got the better chance to bring it down. Even if he's got two or three dudes surrounding him, he has always got the best chance to pull it down. He is like Mike Evans light, maybe, in a sense. Like he's a very good wide receiver too. He could even be a wide receiver one on a lot of teams.
And we saw zero of it during training camp and the preseason. We saw zero of what Mike Williams can do. And that means every other team out there in the NFL had zero chance to see what this guy can do with Rodgers, who can throw the ball through a Cheerio. Honestly,
I love that. I love that.
He really can, and he can place the ball wherever he wants. So over the past 2 weeks that Williams has had to work with Rodgers and work on a little bit of chemistry, you don't think that like every day they're going out there and they are like ripping it up in practice to get this guy up to speed. He knows what he has in Garrett Wilson. He knows what he has in Tyler Conklin. He knows what he has in Brees. He knows what he has with all these other guys, Gibson and Mike Williams is now like this new toy that he gets to play with, and he's definitely like building chemistry with him. I have to believe he's doing it.
Isn't that like a typical Sunday afternoon for Johnny putting balls through Cheerios? Though?
I think so.
I think so. I figure that's what he did after the show.
I don't want to offend Johnny, so.
There's already some Johnny slander going on down there. Another good question here from Sean. Anybody here that Hassan is going to show up in the next few days? Supposedly he won't play game one. Is that real? I don't know about real, the former or the latter. I would say he's definitely not playing Monday, though, no matter what Saleh says. What do you guys think?
I'm in the house of Hassan Reddick has dug his heels in the dirt, and he wants something really bad, and he had the opportunity to at least like sit in instead of sit out. They kept saying it over and over again. We're here with open arms, and he is just staring at their open arms and going, keep them open because I'm not coming. Like he has had every opportunity. He has lost money. He is losing money. He continues to lose money. He will continue to lose money. There is something that he is after. And I think he's gotten to a point in his career where he is just like, I'm either going to get this or I'm going to play the fool, So like, I don't know, or he's waiting for someone to get hurt on the defensive line. That's my theory.
Like like you said, they're holding them open arms for him, and he's like, nah. He's like, sort. He's treating the Jets like girls used to treat me in my early high school days before I had any game. He's like, Swerve, nah, we're good. Uh, but I think that Saleh, he's always kind of left the door open in a lot of these press conferences, right? Like he's like, well, maybe, the 49ers just had a couple guys come back and they're going to play and stuff like that. I think all that is just him trying not to show his hand, right? And I think because we've always been careful with players, like especially after the early Becton injuries and stuff like that. Saleh earned a lesson pretty quickly. Like we need to be safe with our guys. And like even though Brees, dude, I mean, what was 150 rushing yards in his first game back from a torn ACL, and we still limited his snaps for the early part of the season, right? Still, even after he was like galloping down the field and nobody could touch him, what I mean? Didn't matter. Saleh had a plan and he stuck to it. So I think that even if Hassan Reddick shows up tomorrow, he's either likely not to play or likely to play on a very limited snap count. I think that Saleh is just trying not to show his hand. He doesn't want to give the 49ers an idea of what to game plan for. And obviously Reddick is somebody that has previously terrorized them.
Yeah.
Or
he might be waiting for a layup game. He might be waiting for a game where he can, it's a layup game, comes in on the Patriots. Like could easily, shine in a game like that. Give him like two games to kind of condition and get ready for them. I don't know. I'm still in the house that he's not showing up.
I agree. I
Fair.
think he's dug in. But it is what it is. Like you were talking about earlier, we had a top 3 defense last year without him. Yes, we lost a couple pieces. Yes, we gained a couple pieces. I will play devil's advocate and say that you did kind of forget to mention that we lost Al Woods and Quentin Jefferson also on top of that. But like you said, we had a first round potential stud pass rusher waiting in the wings. He only played, I don't know, there was a 1 in front of the percentage number, and it wasn't 100%. I can tell you that. That's all he played last year. And in that limited snap count, his rates, his pressure rates, and his he had I think 3 sacks or something like that. And he blocked a field goal. He made an impact on just very limited snap counts. So it looks like he could potentially develop, and especially if you trust this coaching staff on the defensive side, you're going to feel like he's going to take that step, right? So in my eyes, that went from a basically nothing to an addition, right? Like, because they didn't use him last year. Well, it's almost like we're gaining a guy in that sense. So I'm with you, Snowball. I think that we're breaking even, and we're still going to be at least a top 5 defense this year, with or without Reddick.
Let me ask you this question, though. Have we failed on anybody yet on the defensive side of the ball?
Gerard Davis.
I mean, have we struck
out? That doesn't count.
Right. What I'm saying is, have we struck out with anybody who like we've put in games, like who's been a starter, who's been a second stringer? Like, have we struck out with anybody yet?
No, we've made mid cornerbacks look like studs. Like, I mean, even like Bryce Hall, like he had that really good year, and we're like, not good enough, But like a lot of other teams probably saw him. I was like, holy shit, like he's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
We had Sauce and Reed out for that game against the Eagles. We got guys named Greg James and shit, like shutting down AJ Brown and Devontae.
Rick James,
like,
bitch.
What are we doing? Like, so no, they haven't let anybody down. Like, they've proven that their scheme works. If they get the players to buy in and they get the players to fully commit, and the players have some talent, that they can perform well in our scheme. So I'm with you, Snowball. I trust our defense. I trust Ulbrich. I trust Sala. I trust Tony Oden. I trust all the guys, man.
I think we have the best defensive coaching staff in the NFL.
Yeah,
Hands
talk
down,
the ball.
hands down,
Yeah.
hands down, the
Yeah.
best coaching staff in the NFL on defense, and they have not let us down with a player who they have put out on the field on a regular basis.
And they've also made it work with water, and they've also made it work with wine. Like that, it's versatile. Like you give them first round picks, they make it work, but you give them 6th-round picks, and they do as well. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Couple quick hitting predictions since we are on the eve of the regular season kickoff. We were just talking about Reddick, so let me just ask you this one. Who's your prediction for leading the team in sacks?
Well, I think you already know my answer to that question. I've been preaching them all off season, baby.
Does
That
the chat?
weapon of mass destruction, WMD, baby.
You think so?
He's
Think
hitting
Woodman.
double digits, man. He's going to hit double digits, but there's going to be a lot of guys in that range, in my opinion. I think it's going to be like Will McDonald, like 10.5, JJ 9.5, Quinnen like 9. Like it's going to be like 3 or 4 dudes, like all in that same range, and all together between just everybody just contributing. I think that we're gonna have a high sack number over the course of the year, but I don't think we're gonna have a TJ Watt 20 sack guy.
Okay. What do you think, Snowball?
Yeah. So I'm gonna, like, based on who we're playing throughout the season, who's gonna draw the most double teams, triple teams, things like that. That's gonna be like, all right. Obviously, Quinnen is gonna draw a lot of attention, right? And then up the middle, a lot of the teams that we're playing have strength in the middle. So besides, actually, the Niners are our best chance to go up the middle. So like, I would have to say it's got to be somebody who's the quarterback has to hold on to the ball long enough for JJ or Will McDonald to get there. And we definitely have the coverage to force them to take some time in the pocket. So, I'm probably going to say JJ. I think he's going to lead the team in sacks. He's got the speed. He's got the bend. He can do it. I think, I don't know if he may get to 10 this season, but I think he's going to be the guy. I think we're going to spread it out a lot, but I think JJ is going to be our leader.
So neither one of you want to take the bait and say Reddick, huh? I like it. Because honestly, my answer would have been one of your two. I lean JJ though because of the snap count that I know he'll get. Like last year, he had almost 70%, and Will had 15. So I'm gonna take the sure thing and say JJ.
Yeah, but you're
But there's
banking on another lead though. If that's the case, like you're banking on.
I'm banking on the other guys not getting that many.
He only had like 7.5 on like 6, 7, almost 70% of snaps last year. So he's got to take another leap to be able to do that.
But he's a year smarter. He has a year more experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're banking on him progressing. You're saying he has not hit his ceiling and he's got more to go. And I hope that's the case. I do.
He could get eight again and still have more than a lot of guys.
I think he's a little limited on his pass rush ceiling.
I disagree.
For a minute, I think that a lot of his sacks. I mean, we've heard other guys talk about this, Blewett and Buffalo, whoever. A lot of his sacks are just from him just outworking the opponent. Like it's not from him having like a great pass rush plan, and he doesn't have like elite bend. Like he's fast and strong, but like he doesn't have the traits that like Will McDonald does. He's stronger than Will McDonald. He's better in the run game by far than Will McDonald, and probably always will be. I think he's an elite edge setter. I think he's better than JFM was at setting the edge, honestly. but I think that his pass rushing ceiling is just a little limited. So I think he's always going to be like an 8 to 10 sack guy, which is fine.
All
That's
right,
a good player. That's a great player,
next
in my opinion.
next question, and I do have a little bit of stats just on hand in case they'll help. It doesn't mean that they're your only options, though. Who do you feel like leads the team in tackles?
Quincy
And
Williams. I'm
I
just
okay,
I'm
okay,
jumping. I'm jumping
that's
at this
fine.
because he's again. I believe this man takes another leap this year and
I love
becomes
that.
becomes the ultimate linebacker in the NFL. He will be one of the top linebackers in the NFL this season.
And that will be the first time that he's ever topped CJ. And that's kind of what I was hoping someone would say, but I wasn't sure. I mean, the safe money is on CJ, but
Put my money at. See,
uh,
I think he is the smartest linebacker in the league. I think obviously he's a little older. He's not as athletic as he once was, but he is always in the right position. So he may not be able to make the play to break up the pass. He might not be fast enough, but as soon as that pass is caught, he is wrapping his arms around that defender and taking him to the ground. He has always been a sure tackler. I think CJ is going to keep it up. Now, if you ask me who gets the most tackles for loss, I'm going to say Quincy by a long shot. I think that boy is going to be in the backfield blowing people up. I think as far as big plays on the team, if you ask me who makes the most big plays on the team, whether it's like key stops on third down, whether it's forced fumbles, TFLs, sacks, all those things together, I'm put even over Sauce, over everybody. I would say Quincy is. I think he's our playmaking player on the defense. But
Is
Moses get more.
is Quincy our spy for those mobile quarterbacks?
That's a tough question. That is you would think so, but it depends on what other weapons they have. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like let's say we're playing the Eagles. You got to watch Jalen Hurts. He's pretty crafty, right?
Right.
But they also have Saquon Barkley, which, by the way, I got a notification. I guess he got a touchdown already. Um, so, do you want Quincy kind of watching Saquon, and then maybe Chuck Clark spying, or somebody else? I don't know. Kind of depends on the matchup, in my opinion.
I guess.
it would be
Uh,
nice to see Mosley hand that torch over, though, because I mean, last year he had over 99% of the snaps. Like, I've been lobbying, dude, get that guy off the field a little bit, give him a little bit of rest, and maybe he'll be better in January. Um, and maybe if they do that, maybe he doesn't have 160 tackles. Maybe, but I'm with Snowball. I want to manifest it. Let's get Quincy that torch, man. Let's get it. Um, while I'm bringing up little things here, why don't I just bring this one up? This is our week one fit. While I step away real quick, let me know what you guys think of this one.
Snowball, are you a fan of the pickle pants?
no, I'm not a fan of the pickle pants.
I didn't think so. I
But
thought. Go ahead.
yeah, give me all whites. Like if we're gonna wear the white top, give me the white bottoms too. Because I don't know. This looks like a. I don't know. They are the pickle pants. But I love the top. I love the retro fit. I love the green collar. I love the stripes on the shoulders. But if you're gonna do white, do all white. That's my game. This combination is I, wear the green top with the green bottoms, then and just be the Jolly Green Giants. But yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for that white helmet to come back.
I'm with you, and I wouldn't expect a different answer at all from a man that goes by the moniker Snowball.
I need whites. I
But
need all whites.
yeah, but I think that no matter whether you're going green top, white top, I think you should always go white bottoms. I'm not a fan of the pickle pants. But I feel like we're splitting hairs here because we're in such a better. We look so much better with our new uniforms, regardless of what combination they put out there. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. I take the pickle pants with the white helmet though.
Really? Okay.
Sure. Why
I'm
not?
I'm for the white helmet too. I am
Yeah.
too. That kind of resonates with me. How Green Bean always preaches that two of our greatest coaches that we've ever had always said that it's best to have a white helmet because it stands out so the quarterback can see him better.
Yeah, I've never understood the all green with the green helmet on a green field with the green backdrop along the stands and stuff. How do you effectively see a receiver?
Oh, dude, I've had trouble in Madden seeing.
Right.
If we're all in all green, I can't even see them. So yeah, I can only imagine being a quarterback back there trying to process things in 2.5 seconds and being able to see these guys.
Right. I liked it when it was when we had the other uniforms when we did the white tops and the black bands. That I liked.
The
That's
white
just me.
All
tops or
right.
The white tops with the black bands.
ooh, yeah, that was a good color
That was a
combo.
good look. That was a good color combo. We were actually very successful with that one.
Mhm.
Dude, that white helmet you mentioned though, like not
Yeah.
not the throwback logo,
No.
but the new logo with the white it's gonna be fire.
Yeah. And I
It
want
is.
two green stripes down the middle though, from front to back on that.
Okay, fair. Boomtown, white top, green top. Who gives a F? Let's just win, baby. Jets, 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 Jets. I love that.
So true,
Boomtown
Boom.
wants them
Um,
wearing shoes.
he said just throw a maple leaf on the badge here, and he's good, right?
Maple Leaf, very good.
Okay, so we did sacks, we did tackles. Let me ask you another one, and this one was submitted by viewer Hazel. Really good question, I think, too. Who has who leads the team in points? And meaning the kicker gets 3 and 1, and the playmaker gets 6. Who leads the team in points? It's a tough question, if you ask me.
That is a tough question
Let
because
me
his
go
number
back.
one target is going to be Garrett Wilson all over the field, no matter where he is. He's going to be throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson. Now, does Garrett make it into the end zone, or does Garrett just take us close to the end zone and then we give the ball to Brees Hall? So, that's your toss up. That's your 50-50 question. Um, I would put my faith in Brees Hall before Garrett Wilson to be the top scoring person on the team because we've all seen Brees find an envelope's worth of space in the offensive line and take it through and just run to the end zone on several occasions with the offensive line that we had last year and the year prior. The man just knows how to run through a line. Now that we have a run blocking offensive line that has Tyron Smith on it and Morgan Moses and Elijah Vera Tucker is back, and Joe Tippmann is a year smarter, and we got this guy Simpson. It looks pretty good. So him being able to break a run, the chances look even better this year than they ever have. And now that he is a receiving running back extraordinaire, Hackett has finally figured that out. Uh, you know, I would say that Brees stands the best chance of being the leading scorer for our team.
Ooh, a little bit of a hot take here. Boomtown says he doesn't like Garrett because Devontae Adams will chip away at that. He wants Brees Hall. What do you think, Daniel?
I was really hoping Snowball would go elsewhere, but he kind of stole my answer too. I'm with him, man. Brees has proven himself not just to be a great running back, but he's also a great pass catcher. And whenever you got a guy that can do it all, why won't you feed him? And like you said, he's one of those guys that it's just like if you get the ball to him, you never know. Like every play, it doesn't matter if we're on the 1 yard line or if we're on the opposite 1 yard line, he can score. Right? He has proven that he's got the wheels, he's got the vision. If he can get past that first line of defense, you never know what's going to happen with him, man. So like it's hard not to believe that he's going to be a touchdown machine this year.
You know what my answer? I'm going Greg the Leg. Because think about it. Everyone take all of Brees's touchdowns, Mike Williams, Tyler Conklin, all of Garrett's. He's going to get 1 point for all of those. Then you're going to give me 3 points every field goal all year long, bro. I'll take it.
I'm not kicking.
Yeah, true. But anyways, he's going to have 100 points. So your guy's going to need 17 touchdowns, man. I don't know though. Because he misses 2 like he did last week.
It was a phase. It was just a phase. He was trying some new shit out. That's all he was doing. He was trying to, kick it with his outside toe instead of his inside toe. I don't know what he's doing.
I think that they were giving him some Tom Brady balls. They were a little deflated or something. That's what it was.
Could be. I like the thought of that though. Maybe he was trying a new technique. That let's go with that.
Yeah. He's playing the win that wasn't there.
That's like mid-30s and has been doing this for like 12 years is trying some.
Why not? There's a new kickoff rule. Well, let's try to kick field goals a different way too.
Yeah. Let's not get complacent, right? Always try to get better.
Let's look at that week 1 game though. Let me ask you guys. There are 2 things I wanted to ask you, and they're very similar, so try not to let them bleed. But I want to know what you guys think the keys to victory are, and I also want to know what you want to watch in that game the most. So if you could kind of separate the 2, that would be cool. Let's start with keys to victory. Do you guys feel like there's something that needs to happen in order for us to win?
Yeah. There are things that need to happen in order for us to win. I think we have to expose the Niners offensive line for what weaknesses it has. And for me, they have who do they have, that turnstile guard? I forget what his name is, but I think he's their right guard, and I believe we can definitely take advantage of that with Quinnen Williams. I can see Quinnen Williams being in Brock Purdy's face early and often. So if we can take advantage of that matchup and force Purdy to roll out, that's one of the keys to victory. Another key to victory is, I think that coupled with Will McDonald actually showing up and proving to people who he can be, at least pressuring Purdy. So Quinnen and Will McDonald pressuring Purdy would be 2 keys to victory. And then feeding Breece Hall a lot, I think, will be the other 3rd key for me. Yeah.
You got any, Daniel?
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Yeah. Snowball, buddy. Hey, there's a reason you're one of my brothers, because you are on the same wavelength as me. Like, my first thought is pressure. We need to generate pressure. And Purdy is a quarterback that has definitely shown a tendency to as soon as he faces a little bit of pressure, he likes to break out of the pocket and make those gunslinger big plays and stuff like that. And now that's where I think our boy JJ comes into play, because there's not a guy out there that hustles more than him on the field, right? And he's, like I talked about before, he is a guy that gets those hustle sacks. Like, we all saw the Josh Allen chase down his rookie year, right?
Yeah.
I expect to see some of that type of stuff this game, right? So I think we need our guys, like you said, Will McDonald, we need Quinnen, we need them bringing some pressure to the pocket, causing Purdy to break out, and then we need JJ chasing him down, or Quincy, or somebody, we need somebody chasing him down, because even though he breaks out of the pocket, that doesn't mean somebody's going to be open. We have an elite secondary, at least our corners are, so get him out of the pocket, get him on his happy feet there a little bit, and then have JJ or Quincy licking the wood on them, man. That's not the right term, but you know what I mean.
Did you just
Anyway,
say lick in the wood?
licking the wood, baby. You know what I meant. All
All
right.
right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
and then the other thing
yeah.
was exactly what you said, man. We need to establish the run game, and I'm not saying that we need Brees to have 120, 150 rushing yard game. I'm just saying that we need to be at least somewhat effective, get some first downs in the running game, make it easy on our offense, open up the play action. Aaron Rodgers is an excellent play action quarterback, so I think that if we can at least establish the run to some extent, we can get some first downs, get some yardage, make it a little easier on our quarterback, in his first game back in over a year. Um, I think that's going to help our offense out a lot. So those are the two key points. I don't want to piggyback and ride off Snowball's answers again, but boy makes some excellent points.
You know what? Like, I'm with you as far as the running game goes. To me, though, we don't even really need it as badly as we just need to win time of possession. Like, control the game. If we're dicing them up in the short intermediate stuff and the timing throws, hey, we can win. But like, just control the clock, which should be honestly shocking. What I want to see, I'll say. What I need to see though is us adequately defend an elite tight end because Njoku is just such a bad taste in my mouth right now. Like, Kittle did nothing in the Super Bowl. He did nothing the week before. 30 yards combined in those two games. And then you got Jets fans out there on YouTube saying that we don't stand a chance because Kittle is going to light up and burn the hell out of CJ Mosley. And I'm just tired of hearing it, man. I just need to see us go out there and keep Kittle in check, control the clock, and I'm a happy man. Um,
Well, we have a good
but
offense for that now too. It doesn't have to be Mosley Washington.
it's what
Clark
I'm saying. Clark.
you know.
Clark.
I just wonder, like, who are we putting Quincy on? Like, because you could put Quincy on Kittle, or what? Or do you want Quincy on McCaffrey? Because to me, I think that's where I'm leaning a little bit. What do you think,
Or
Snow? What's the better matchup there?
I don't know. We have this guy MC2.
Yeah,
He's pretty good. He's a pretty
yeah,
good slot corner. So like, you could afford to maybe use him in in some of those situations where you want to. I mean, he's the best. He is the best slot corner in the league. So you might want to have him roaming around the center of the field and making sure that Kittle stays in check. Dano said it. Chuck Clark is again an unknown. So we never even got to sniff Chuck Clark. So we don't even know what he's capable of. He might be the Kittle killer. You never know. So
yeah, and
I think we have plenty. We have plenty of people who can do the job. It's just whether or not they execute the stuff that they're supposed to be doing.
and how much man do we play? I mean, if it's zone, I don't think Mosley will be in the like. We got Quincy, we got Clark behind him. Tony Adams is hella like. If it's a concern with coverage, Tony Adams fine. If it's concern with bringing him down, Clark. So like we got a little bit of everything everywhere.
Yeah,
Um,
and you have the
but
bullhawk, Ashton Davis.
sure.
I'm almost tempted to say that Ashton Davis comes down with an INT this game.
Hey, hey, save your hot takes.
Okay, all right.
Let's go right into the next thing, though. What do you want to see? Not even what equates to victory. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, what are you anxious to see? I mean, we kind of teased it the whole way. Like, what do we want to see? But like, maybe more specific. Like, because Chuck Clark, for instance, is something I can't wait to see.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
and I'm really anxious to see Tyler Conklin. I'm really anxious to see Tyler Conklin
Nice.
and Rodgers play together because we never got it, and I know how much Rodgers loves to get the ball out fast, and Conklin's going to be one of those. I need to rip it and zip it and get it out of here because I feel the pressure right away. I definitely see Conklin having a big game on Monday uh, because of the fact that, we're going to be so cautious with Rodgers the first game. We don't want to have him sit back in the pocket and wait for plays to develop unless we prove that our offensive line can really hold true. But, there's going to be some gelling that has to happen between those five guys. So it may take a week or two for that to really develop. So, I foresee Tyler Conklin like being the thing that I really want to watch.
Fair.
Yeah.
Daniel, do you have one that you want to spit out? Like something that you're unrealistically like just enamored to see? Maybe it's a rookie or someone new to the team or someone you just haven't seen with a quarterback that had a pulse. Um,
So like a big game from like a player or something like that. Is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
something you really want to watch Monday night, key in on, like with specifically.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, because I missed part of that. I think there was a wreck on the freeway, literally right behind my house, because there's like a big bang, and I'm like, what the hell? Somebody letting off guns or something? And then I heard an air horn going off. I'm like, what the hell? So I went and looked, and there's like lights and there's a whole thing going on. But anyway, more importantly than their lives, Jets football. Um, so I my big thing is it's not really like a player. I mean, I guess I could sit here and say like like Will McDonald or something like that. Like I mean I've been harping on. I want to see that step from him, obviously, but like it's more of just like how the team looks overall. Like I want to see us in sync. Like I want to see. I guess more even so than the defense. I just want to see the offense in sync. Like you said, we haven't had a quarterback that can run it. Um, I just want to see us like moving the ball down the field against a good defense, right? Like we all know that San Francisco has a good defense. I'm a little blurry here, but
That's why I was cleaning my glasses.
I'll fix that in a second. Yeah. But I my big thing is I just want to see us like have successful drives, like drive it 70 yards down the field against a good defense, and even if you kick a field goal, like know that you can get there. Like that defense doesn't intimidate you anymore. Like we don't have the traffic cone at quarterback. Like that's what I want to key in on. I just want to see like an offense that looks like it makes sense. To me, that's the main thing I want to see from this game.
Facts. Dude, I mean, if you went specific player, like you could say Braylon, Mike Williams, like there's so many. Just us looking at it. Here's a stat. So I actually ran this info earlier. And listen to this. At halftime of our games last year, for one, we gave up 13.4 points per game in the first half. 13.4. Us, we scored 7.4 points per first half. And if you take away our two games, Cleveland and Washington, like the outlier games, the other 15, we averaged 5.5 points in the first half all year. That's going to be what we score, hopefully, in the first quarter. It's sad. It's sad to know that we scored 5 points by halftime in 15 out of 17 games last year. And that couldn't be further from what I expect this year. So that'll be cool. Having a pulse before the third.
Yeah. The slow starts in the first half are a big thing. That's something that we've seen, and that's one critique that you can't make about the coaching staff. Now they make excellent adjustments in the second half. I think we can all say that too. But like, let's not have to. Like, let's have a fast start for once. I do want to bring something up, and this is a little unexpected. I'm getting some notifications. I'm getting some YouTube notifications, videos, and things. And
Please.
Johnny in the chat had mentioned it, but you know that rascal Johnny, you never know with him. Because I still Bonesy's birthday. I don't know. So Jets Central and Buffalo have both made videos now saying there's a report that Hassan Reddick could report tomorrow for the New York Jets. I don't have any information on that. I can peruse Twitter here in a little bit.
And monkeys could fly out of my butt. So, you know, like I'm just saying, like, until seen, I will be the forever doubter that this guy, this is I'm sorry, this is clickbait.
Yeah, you know what? The only thing I would say is, do we install the game plan on Saturday for a Monday game? Like, is this like his last moment to get in there to even be thinking of suiting up? I don't know, but I agree, Snowball. Like, we've been tricked so many times, so many times.
Yeah.
But I did see what Johnny said because I had it on his screen there for a while, and he couldn't give me much more than that then. But hey, at this point, I say prepare like he's not here, and luckily we have the guys you guys all just been pumping up, the Will McDonalds, the Jermaine Johnsons.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
If he showed up tomorrow,
Huh.
if he showed up tomorrow, would you suit him up and put him out on the field? I mean, he's got a very simple. He's got a simple position, right? Pin your ears back and go get that guy who holds the ball.
Dude, giving him a dozen snaps solely on third downs would make a difference. But where are you at with, like, do you need to punish him? Is it just chalked up as business and no punishment? Where are you at there?
I think we're a team who's hoping to win the Super Bowl. So, you know, like, does he give us a better shot to, or are you risking him hurting himself by going out there and not being conditioned and putting him up against guys who have been practicing for months? You know, like, I don't know. For me, I think preservation and longevity outweighs, taking a risk and just trying to put him out there. I don't know. I still don't. Nate says there is no punishment, but
okay.
And true, it's all a benefit for us if he does go out there. But your take, Dano, with limiting, I agree with. If he does show up,
you definitely don't waste him on first and second down. That's for sure.
No.
But then again, is it worse on a hammy to rev up, sit down, rev up, sit down, or do you just wait and play him the whole fourth quarter? I don't know. Like, from a science or a biologic, Regardless, it's already past 10. There was a couple quick things I wanted to get out of you. One was the hot take. Sure. And there was one other thing. Oh, we had a question from the chat for you. Let me do the question first. You go ahead and read it out loud, Snowball.
Have you ever docked any of your students a mark or a letter grade after finding out they were a Patriots fan? I'll have to listen. I'll tell you this. I did have a student 2 years ago. His first name was Brady.
Ooh.
And I asked him. I said, like, Tom Brady? He goes, yeah. He goes, we're big Patriots fans. But I did not bring his grade down because he was a talented student. So I couldn't take that away from him. But I didn't like his first name at all. So he was named after Tom Brady, and he is a Patriots fan. But whatever, I get to laugh at him now. He's a senior now, so I get to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Right.
Hopefully he wasn't like a goated student, right? Because that's just ironic. Okay, good.
No, he was not.
I would have encouraged him to transfer.
Me and Daniel can do our hot takes after you. So, yeah, do your hot take, and then can you just go straight into tell us about your show?
Sure. Yeah. So I told you my hot take before. Ashton Davis comes up with an interception. I believe in this guy. I think we're going to put Purdy under pressure. Ashton always seems to be in the right place at the right time. So I think he comes away with an interception. That's my hot take. And then yeah, we are at Jets Worldwide. One word, Jets Worldwide. We're on Sundays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a blast. We have a lot of fun. It's a good time. I'm looking at the reigning champion right here. Daniel Murphy is our reigning champion. Daniel, I'm sorry, but I've waited a long time to send your prize out, but I hope you like it. It's a little obscure. It's a big envelope, so maybe you'll enjoy it. It's something from the past. It is a I'll just leave it at that. It's something from the past,
I'm
and
excited to see it. I
so
got my little dude hanging out with me right here.
yeah, so it's a relic. It's a relic piece. And I was just like, you know what, he deserves this. It's funny. You'll look at it, you'll be like, oh my god, why did he send this to me? But that's that. This Sunday we have a big matchup. We have Matt O'Leary and Ryan from Talking Jets. They are going head to head on the match game on Jets Worldwide. We have a panel of who's, including we have Tio, we have Jake Asman, we have Boy Green, we have Midnight Mike, we have gosh, I'm forgetting names now. We have not JD. You'll have to tune in to see who that is. Not JD. Who am I forgetting? Oh my god, I'm so sorry that I forgot who the last person is. Oh, they're gonna kill
Let me
me.
see if I can find it.
Who else is? Yeah, who's on that preview? Because like, I'm an old man, and I just like. Let me tell you.
Snowball. I did want to ask you, like, kind of getting into the whole thing. Like, what was the inspiration there? Like, where did the idea come up with? And
Oh, so growing up, I loved the match game, and so I was like, how can we utilize this in a Jets fashion? Yeah, Boy Green. Oh, Chaos, right? Chaos is the last one that I was going to say, right? Chaos. How could I forget him? He is the final guy on the panel. But the way I came up with the idea, well, Johnny and I kind of like put heads together, and we were like, let's use this idea to do the match game and relate it to the Jets. So we come up with all the questions. They all relate to the Jets. We kind of have fun with it. You guys have been on the show before, and it's just kind of funny. You know, it's like I don't want to steal the thunder of all the people who like really do stats and analytics and game analyzing and all that kind of stuff. So I just figured we'd have something fun to do before the games start on Sunday. You know, everyone's done their analytics and everyone's done their, week before of going over what's going to happen in the games. So everyone's full, and I just figured we have a good time on Sunday mornings. So that's that. Shout out to Johnny Boy. Shout out to you guys for coming on the show the other week. That was a blast. I had a lot of fun with you guys, and that's that. What else can I say?
Yeah. Hey, I just want to say I love it, Snowball. I know it's kind of like an obscure way of tying the Jets into like a fun atmosphere and a fun thing to do. And I love the banter between you and Johnny. It's so fun. It's lighthearted. It's a great way to start your Sunday morning. So everybody in the chat, if you have not checked out Jets Worldwide, wide,
Right.
please do so. It's awesome, man. Like, subscribe. It's just every Sunday morning we go toe to toe. Whether it's me against somebody, I am the current reigning champ of the non-content creators at the moment. But we have
You're a
Goldberg.
content creator. You are a content creator.
well, not really. I just sit here and drink and talk football.
When you flex, you're the biggest. Yeah,
You are the creator.
All right, all right, all right.
Goldberg.
Heart palpitations, sweating the females. You know.
All right. Well,
Shoot.
anyway, I think that this show this coming Sunday is going to be excellent, man. I'm so excited hope to tune in and watch it, and I'm excited to see who my next opponent ends up being. But like it's really a good time. It's a good twist on getting us away from like stressing about like, oh my god, how are we going to cover George Kittle this Sunday or whatever. It's like we talk about Jet stuff and stuff, but we also have a lot of fun in doing it, and I think
Breaking news, Daniel. Breaking news. Breaking news. We have your opponent for the next time you're on.
Oh, you asshole! I thought it was a Reddick. You asshole! Now, don't get me wrong. This is second best, but damn.
I didn't even think it was Reddick. So you can tell that me and Snowball are like the two cynical ones here. We didn't even think about that.
I was like, why would I be breaking the Reddick news on this? Like, why would it be me? But
Yeah.
you will be going up against none other than Mr. Bonesy.
Ooh.
He's getting let out of the closet.
Yes, we will have another judge in the closet. It will be Joe Bonesy will be in the closet. So,
okay.
All right.
Ooh,
All right.
Well, I'm super excited for that now. Now I love Bonesy. That's one of my guys, as you guys are as well. But I hope he knows that I ain't gonna take it easy on him.
Oh,
No bones
shit.
about it.
You know, I said it that first day he took the title. I said, "Here comes a Goldberg style streak." I'm just
I
saying.
think he'll defend. He'll defend.
Hey, dude, it's been a pleasure, dude. Thanks for giving us the time, man.
No,
for real.
Thank you for inviting me on. I had a blast.
Monday night score. What's the
Monday night
score?
Okay, I think you know what? The premonition from that mentalist comes to fruition. 31-21.
Love it. Love it.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
right.
All right, brother. Hell of a guy, that guy.
It's one of my favorite people in all of the Jets YouTube universe, man. Snowball, he's a great guy. Yeah, he has some really good takes too, man. Like he doesn't call into a lot of shows and give them out too often, but man, I like it whenever he speaks. So
No, and he was onto that Rogers Realm guy before anybody. And like I think he kind of set Jake up with him and got him on the show. And then like boom, once he was on the Jake Asman show, he was meeting Rogers like 2 weeks later. So did Snowball like facilitate all that?
he's
No,
crafty
dude.
too. He also helps out a lot with a lot of creators and stuff too. He makes emojis for Boy Green, and he does a lot of different little things too. So
Facts.
yeah, chat definitely show some love for our guy Snowball.